Hello people, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to go through what I class as the runner's toolkit, and what I mean by that is if you're doing a lot of what I call prehab or rehab exercises or looking for those little things to prevent injuries, then there's loads of things that we can do, but a lot of those things involve having either a piece of equipment or little objects in my case, or sporting equipment that can help you to keep on top of all of those areas. Some key areas as well, because preventing injuries, so what I call prehab, helps us to keep us consistent and helps keep those injuries away. So I thought I'd go through exactly what I would have in my running toolkit, as I call it. So if I wanted to pop my hand in my toolbox, I take it out and grab whatever I need to help me to do things. So firstly, you've probably seen or got one of these foam rollers, come in all shapes and sizes. Now these ones, the hollow ones, are a more basic foam roller. They've got like nodules on, they've got flat points as well. They're really good, really useful for rolling out. And also you can use them to do some stretching on. Check out the stretching and rolling video on the members area section for a little bit more guidance on that. You can pick these up online from most retailers now. So places like Start Fitness do them. I think you can even get them on eBay, Amazon, next day delivery if you're paying for your Amazon Prime, which is always good. So yeah, these are kind of the more basic rollers. They're really useful, especially if you've not rolled before. Get one of these nice and cheap online, or this is a more what I'd call advanced roller. It's really hard, really firm. I've had this roller, oh God, taking me back probably around 10 years now. It's not changed one bit because it's really firm, it's really sturdy, but it can be quite demanding. So I would suggest starting off with something like this and progressing to something like this for doing your rolling on. Okay, so they are the foam rollers. Let's have a look what else we've got. Right, easy to find one of these things, golf ball. Golf balls can be really useful for the feet, and again in the members area you'll see videos on how to prevent or how to help with things such as plantar fasciitis, which is a killer. I've had it before, I've torn my plantar, so I know that these little, well, not little, they're actually very little, but they can be quite a big area to focus on, particularly for the feet and keeping those feet loose, okay? So golf ball, easy to go and find, easy to go and pick up. If you've got somebody in your family who plays golf, go and nick a golf ball out of their bag. If you haven't, get yourself down to a golf course and try and find a golf ball, or just go and buy one, just buy a lake or range ball. Next one, resistance bands. These come in all, well, not shapes and sizes, very similar shapes and sizes, but different resistances. Now, I picked up a bag of these offline, it's called YFM Fitness or something. Again, that was off Amazon. Very cheap, it was around about $6.99, $7.99. It came with a bag of 6 resistance bands, all different strengths. So there you can see that one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 on the resistance compared to this one, which is a lighter one. So again, all different resistances there. These are really useful for doing all your band work. Again, go to the members area, check out band work. There's loads of stuff you can be doing. But yeah, you definitely want to be getting hold of these. These would be one of my top priorities. If I had to pick in priority order, this would be right at the top, resistance bands. Really good. This is a little clever gadget or gizmo. It's just a trigger point presser, so you can use this to get into specific trigger points, more like a self-massaging tool. Really good bit of kit. This one is called Locker Room. We bought that off the guy who we do massage with. I think it cost us like a tenner. So yeah, really good bag in that for trigger point stuff. Right, here we go. I'm going to do all these at once. You look absolutely mental, by the way, when you travel with these. The people on the security look at you like you're some kind of freak or weirdo, because we have these. These are spiky balls. Again, really good for trigger point and release, sort of self-release techniques and massage techniques. So you've got spiky balls in different sizes. That's more of a large one and a smaller one there. Again, just putting them in different areas. God, I'm tight through the hips, I can see that now. So I'm going to show you how to use these as well in the rolling section, so you can use them for a bit of trigger point. Just going to have a sip of my cup of tea, that's also an essential. So Don't forget your cup of tea, although I don't advise it whilst you're training, but it's keeping me warm. Cricket ball. We pinched this from the cricket pitch on campus. We found it in the bush, so we didn't technically pinch it, it was just there. It looks a bit battered anyway, it's probably left because it's absolutely horrible, so I don't think you'll be playing much cricket with it. This is more of a firm ball, again, trigger pointing, release sort of methods, and rolling on different areas which are a little bit harder to get into, so cricket ball could be useful. These are something that Gemma bought, which she swears by, and these are specific massage balls. So they come in, again, different kind of, not pressures, how would you just different firmness. So this one's a bit squidgier. We do have softer ones, and again, these are just trigger point balls which you can roll on. I can't remember the exact name of these things, but if you type in trigger point balls, I'm sure you'll find them. Just be careful what you're typing in on the internet these days. So, other things. Again, Gemma purchased this one, really good. This is actually, we use it when we're doing our stretching, our core work, and when we're doing yoga work. So what it is it can act, here you go. It's almost like a stabilizer, but you actually push into it when you're doing your core work and your yoga work. And what it does is it enables or makes sure that you're activating things by pushing in so you don't become lazy. It's a really, really good bit of kit. They're not that hard to pick up as well. This one is Myra Fit, you can see on there, Myra Fit. And I think it's called something like a yoga circle. But yeah, really good little bit of kit. Now, for me personally, that would be lower on my priority list. Gemma uses that a lot more than I do. She's big on her yoga and she likes to include that a lot in her program, but that would be lower on my priority list, but that's all just preference. That might be higher up on your priorities, I'm not sure. This one will be right at the top. This, along with the resistance band, is my number one. I use this for stretching, I use it for mobility work, I use it for moving my ankles as well. It is such a good bit of kit. It is just a big, thick resistance band, so you can see that. I use it for drills as well, actually. I tie it around myself when I'm doing drills, so loads of stuff you can use this for. So this is a big, thick resistance band. Get that in your toolbox, promise you won't regret it. Okay, I'll go on to the bigger bits of kit now. Swiss ball. If you go into the athlete's screening section and the athlete's S&C section, you're going to see that you're going to need one of these. Now, no excuses, you can pick these up so easily. I got that from Argos years ago and it cost me about £6. So get a Swiss ball or whatever they call them these days. Get one of those bought, you're going to need that, okay? So top of your priority list as well is a Swiss ball. Med ball. I just like using med balls, they're easier to throw around. I like throwing them around, it's a bit of fun, especially when you're working in partners. You can use dumbbells for a lot of the stuff you do with med balls, so things like med ball twist, you could use that with a dumbbell, but I just prefer med balls. Like I said, again, they're not very expensive, you can pick them up from pretty much anywhere. You might already have stuff, but yeah, I would say, you know, not a priority if you've got dumbbells. If you've not got dumbbells, then I probably would look to buy a med ball. Remember though, there's always alternatives, so think of something that's weighted that would be a similar shape. I'm going to show you other things, like, so we have a football. Now we don't use that because it's light, just a small football, but you can, if you're just progressing, you could use that. But also what I do with that is when Gemma's using her yoga ring, or yoga circle, what she calls it, I put the ball in between my legs. So same principles, I'm pushing my legs into the ball, it's nice and soft, it keeps me in that position. So you can use a lot of cheaper alternatives, or alternatives that you might have lying around the house for these sort of exercises. We use things, I'm trying to think to use a thing, well, perfect example, the difference between a cricket ball and paying for an actual trigger point ball, okay? And again, you can use hockey balls. They're quite hard, the hockey balls. The cricket balls got a little bit more give in it, particularly the white ones. You can get those rubber cricket balls, but just have a think, you might have stuff lying around the house already that you don't need to then go and buy or invest in because you've got stuff you can already use. So we've got the Swiss ball, and I think that is everything. Yeah, that's everything. So that is Runners Toolbox, Runners Toolkit. Invest in things that you feel will be useful to you. My recommendation would be to have all of those. You don't have to get them all at once. You can obviously progress up to things, particularly the big firm foam roller. You don't need to get that straight away. Like I said, you might want to start with a lighter med ball or something like a dumbbell, which is a bit lighter. But by the end of the program, well, maybe not the end of the program actually, you could probably get away with the softer roller for the full 12 to 16 weeks. Like I said, it took me time to progress over to that. So get what you think you need, but my recommendations, like I say, would be get as much as you can, okay? So if you need to know how to use any bits of this kit or equipment, then go to the members area, go into the prehab or stretching or rolling section or the strength and conditioning section, and you'll see me demonstrating how to use all of that, particularly for prehab work and strength and conditioning. Cheers, gang.